Who's the druidic god?
Well, I believe that everyone in the party except for Armin is a patron of Nylea.
Nayla, right?
Nylea.
Nyla, Nyla. Yeah. How do you get party points from your god?
When you scroll down, you will, in the handout for Nylea, after you pass through the ideals and favor and stuff, you will see a heading that says earning and losing piety. And that will detail examples of being able to earn her favor, things that you can do to earn her disdain, and then when your piety hits certain marks 3, 10, 25, and 50, you will see benefits conveyed upon thee. For Armin, I would award definitely a piety point if you wanted to kind of retroactively, because you did want to fancy up the sword when it was repaired.
But I didn't do it. I paid someone else to do it.
This is true, but if you insist that they include a marking to Perforos, like something in the pommel or whatever, then I would say that that could count.
Oh, slaying
Yeah, because
apparition.
he's apparently also big on athletes, which is the reason I'm focusing on the athlete route.
Yeah, competing in the games and then dedicating wins to Perforos would definitely qualify for award. Reward.
Proving your worth in a contest of archery. Let me see
That
how.
opportunity will be coming up because one of the games competitions is specifically archery.
My dexterity is 14. Not bad, but not good.
Speaking of piety, do you think Aryan, when Avra and myself got any piety points for last session?
Yeah, did we kill any undead fiends or apparitions?
So I would say that defeating that, like the corrupted dryad, kind of counts as like, it's not exactly, but it fits into that because it's an affront to nature. So yes,
I
yes,
was
I would.
thinking more like, you see, because I was thinking more like sparing the bear that ended up being the child.
Technically, that was a child that had been turned into a bear, so that's more of a gray area than
Okay,
destroying the actual threat. You
gotcha.
also, too, like went out of your way to fix the grove itself,
Right.
which is not specifically on the list. Like, I encourage you guys to think outside the box and be like, hey, this thing is kind of within the purview, and I'll judge accordingly.
Right. I suppose the god is a gray area, just
Yeah, yeah.
on
Because,
its
yeah, and
own.
also, too, like it says, through acts such as these, not only these. And that
Right.
goes
It's
for
just
Armin, too, if
examples
you
of
think of
the
something that
yeah.
qualifies. Yeah.
What I would like them to do for the cross guard is shape it to look like an anvil.
Oh, cool.
So one side sticks out like part of an anvil, the other side's a little more blocky like the other part of an
Yeah,
anvil.
that's super cool. That's
So
absolutely fitting.
how many piety points you gonna give us for what we did with the druid and land and all
Definitely, I would say
Trying to
two.
remember the increments in which they're categorized in terms of the effects you get. I think it's in multiples of 5, isn't it?
So it starts at 3, and then goes 10, then 25, then 50.
Right. Okay. Okay.
And
So
you'll see
how do
those
you?
benefits
Yeah.
underneath the piety rewards.
Okay. And then so keeping track of it on the sheet, would the notes section kind of, do you think, be a good spot to keep track of the piety?
Yes, unless there is, did I enable the honor score on these sheets? Do the 2024 sheets have a place for honor? Because that is kind of the same thing. I know that I enabled it in
Okay,
the
so
Rokugan game,
I'm
but I'll have to go take a look
in
at
the
that.
features. In features, I'm adding in a thing. I'm just adding a resource
Sure.
and then
Yeah, let me see if
putting.
I can turn on the honor
know,
score within the character sheets, because if we can find and utilize that, that would be perfect.
Yeah, it
I
would.
I think Armin's got a good, a nice idea too, because technically when you get those features at certain piety, those are features.
Yeah,
Most of them are like one-use features, so that's probably where we would write those features in, is in the features section. So I can see that being a spot where we could put that too.
oh, definitely.
Yeah, give me 1 second to
Let's see.
Yeah, we could add a
save,
class feature.
close. All right, let's show more and see how it works.
Yeah, because I don't want to change the character sheet base at all.
If you can, we could add it as a class feature. Right?
I know there's a place for it, but I'm not seeing it.
I think you might have to do what I'm doing.
It's gonna be
Because
like
they
a
give you a
custom
lot of
feature.
features. Yeah, I'm basically creating a custom feature with some modifiers, and the modifier is add new resource.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm putting the current value at 2 because I think I've earned 1 piety point from that other feature, or from the making the guard a thing.
Yeah. If you can think of anything else throughout the campaign that would potentially apply, definitely propose. Can't promise that I'll award for it, but you certainly get 0 points for not trying. Yeah, I feel like that might be a character sheet thing. Because it's when in settings you can go and adjust the like by default having the extra fields open for like bless and stuff like that. Yep, 2024 doesn't have it. Boo. All right, well, I believe that we are going to use Brian's method because
Okay, if you
that
look
would be
down
pretty
on,
consistent.
you go to the section of the character sheet called Features and Traits on Armin. Scroll down, you'll eventually hit a category called Other, and then in there you will find a thing I created called Piety. And there is a feature you need to remember, that when you create this piety thing on someone else's character sheet, you have to go down to adding a resource to it, and you have to call it a new resource and then give it stats and hit apply before you hit save, or it won't put it in there. And I learned that the hard way. But yeah, basically because they go up to like 50 plus, I had to add a thing. So now on Armin sheet, you can see a piety stat that's at 2 of 50.
Oh, okay, so I did mine wrong. Yeah, I
Well,
added
there's
it like
an
a
option.
resource as if it was like a channel divinity option where there's a box for each number of value that you have.
Mhm.
Yeah, let me remove that and try it again, because I was about to say, like, if
You should be able to edit it.
yeah, like if you had That would be a problem if you had like 25 piety points. Then there would be
That,
25 boxes reflecting the value, and it's like
Right.
it would just make things
that
crazy.
works good because you could hit plus or minus as you go.
Yeah, on my thing, you can hit plus or minus now on the resource, and the maximum, which because the chart stops at like 50 plus, or at least it does.
I put 50. Yeah, I put 50.
You could technically have more than 50, but there's no additional benefit that I'm aware of. At least none
Right.
listed in the stuff.
Yeah, no, it caps at 50 for that one.
Well, you'll probably spend them before you reach 50, most likely.
Well, they
Or
don't
when
get
you
spent; they just get earned up. You can be penalized for certain things depending on your god as well, but
Yeah, that makes it a
we'll
lot.
get into it.
That makes it a lot better. I just
Yeah,
didn't think it.
you mean the benefits are permanent when you reach this level?
Unless you screw up or do something wrong. Yeah.
Oh, then
Yeah, if you
lose
fall
it.
below the number, then you would lose the benefit. Yeah.
So as long as you're in good standing, you get the feature.
So once you reach that level, you have that's permanent until you lose.
Yeah, once you
Right.
get to 3, the first feature kicks in, or at least it does for Perforos. I'm imagining it's not too dissimilar for every other deity.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've never seen any of the 5e games I played in use it. Or is that a new 2024 thing?
It's a Theros thing, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, it isn't.
Although I really like it, I think this piety thing would be great for paladins in general in other games.
Yeah, I wouldn't think
For
so.
sure.
And priest too. Technically, that would track, sure.
All right, I guess.
It's hard to say, like, I'm devoted to my god. Well, how devoted are you? What's your piety stat kind of thing? I think it would be a feature they really could put forth in other games, not game systems, but other genres.
Well, I guess everybody's
yeah.
here, so I guess we could get started.
Yep. Hey, Ever, how you doing?
Hello, how are you guys?
Hi.
Doing
Pretty
well,
good.
thank you. Okay, so what we've been talking about is the piety rank and rewards thereof. I've just added to your character sheet what we're talking about. If you go to your features and traits tab underneath the attributes and scroll all the way to the bottom, you have a new resource there called piety, and it has a plus and minus field to be able to add up into it. I have awarded everybody 2 as far as things that have been accomplished thus far. And then in the handout for Nylea, you will see how you can gain or lose her favor. And that's when the piety points come into play. So they're almost like goals for your god, if you have an opportunity. The examples they give for Nylea are healing a sick or injured animal, stopping those who hunt for profit, proving your worth in a contest of archery, slaying an aberration, fiend, or undead.
Yeah, treat them almost like commandments for your faith.
Yeah, and those are just an example. If you happen to do something where you're like, hey, I bet Nylea would appreciate that, go ahead and propose that to me, and I may or may not award piety point accordingly. And then, before we dive into recap, I want to give everybody one last chance to check out their need for goals to be rolled, re-rolled, replaced, etc.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cough on everybody.
I didn't hear it.
Great. I'm excited.
Your cough
Could I
is kept to
re-roll?
yourself.
Could I re-roll one goal?
Of course.
Okay. Great. I'm gonna lose the one for creating a successful trap. I'm not really a trap guy, so that will probably never happen. I'll be honest
Okay.
with you. So I'll probably just re-roll that one and see what I get there.
Go for it.
I am okay with that for sure. Just double checking. Arian, when I edited the thing on your sheet so that it can have the plus minus thing there at the bottom for your
Yeah,
convenience.
I should already have it.
It wasn't showing the plus or minus because it was at 2 of 1 and as opposed to 2 of 50.
Mine said 2 plus or minus. I don't know. I changed it to 50. It should have been all right. I guess you fixed it now.
Yeah, I wasn't seeing it, but um,
It could have been a refresh thing.
could
You
have been a
never know.
refresh thing. Yeah. Either way, it should be good to go now. Either with our
Yep, it's
powers
good to go.
combined.
Form of
Yeah.
Captain Character Sheet.
So the rolling of goals, that again is 2d10, and then let me know if it is from part 1 or 2.
I think this one is in part 1.
Groovy.
Yep.
As you will, sir.
Let's see. Okay, so what was that again? 2D
10.
2d10.
10.
10.
Okay.
Bloop. 8 and 2. Ooh, can I please have you roll an additional d6?
Absolutely. Let's see. Okay.
Numero
Ooh.
uno. All right, so that'll be strength. All right, there you go. Oh, I tried to put the
Okay.
strength in parentheses. It didn't get my opening, just the close. But there you are.
Be right back. I'm gonna get a soda real quick.
Lightning strikes Armin where he stands.
Ouch.
He's even more thirsty.
Oh, he becomes a Flash now.
All right, so in preparation for the recap, I'm just going to move us over here to our handy map of Data Harbor. Where you will see things and stuff, people you've talked to, etc. Of course, Kithian has yet to meet Galactus and Captain Leah, but I imagine it's only a matter of time.
Were those images on the bottom? Are those Mid-Journey?
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Me too. Although, of course, with any mid-journey stuff, if you zoom in, like you can see discrepancies. Like there's the boat on the top upper right that's in the sand. Um, I think one of the boats was like an ironclad. That was one that Torafu had pointed out when he was with us. Hopefully he'll be back
Oh yeah,
soon.
there's always those little errors that you
Yeah.
notice. It's like AI technology is not there yet.
Oh yeah. Well, even too with like the sail type and stuff, like ancient Greek boats, like hadn't evolved to a certain point. So like down here, this boat looks more like an English ship or some
Yeah, it
such,
definitely
like
looks like an English
age of
ship. Yeah,
age of exploration as opposed to ancient Greek. Because they
right,
did have ships with multiple sails that were bigger, but they were still the same real basic appearance.
right, exactly. But like with these AI images, it really at this point it just comes down to, does it get the point across?
Yeah. It's a harbor. I bet there's boats in that harbor. Here you go. You're welcome.
Yep.
I was looking at so on the splash page, that's a really fast. Oh, yeah, move us over there real quick, just while we're waiting for Brian. I feel like that's a super fast little skiff that's going on there. Like, is that a speedboat? How is he going that fast?
Now that you
Patron of
mention it,
Thassa, I guess. Yeah.
hey,
Jetpack.
maybe it's just like a sea creature
Hmm.
swimming underwater.
Or
Could
a
be a
magic
This.
boat. Magic boat.
I don't think we're ready for a Kraken just yet.
What about the
Tempt me
mixed
not.
encounter?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Perseus was
Theros
lucky he had
definitely has cool creatures for it. Monster Manual has some stuff that is relevant. There was actually a book that I put on my wish list. It's oh, what did they call it? Like Monsters of the Mediterranean or something. But yeah, it was like, ooh, piece candy. But yes, with everyone here, let's talk about recap. Guys had done some talking to Eutychios about the wealthy, about having ended the smuggling ring. He encouraged you to look into another issue, which you did. I will let y'all take it from there. You're welcome to contribute overall or from your character's perspective. Get that free inspiration.
I know we wrapped up the well, wrapped up might be a strong word. Um, our part involved in the smuggling ring, we turned over the guards or all the stuff to the guards and got away from there. We saw the drunk guy again.
Yeah,
It was he was
Damianos.
yep. We also informed the soldiers about the games and trying to get that sorted out. So we're making a name for trying to say like we're doing good things in town.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think we even came up with a name for our group. I don't remember.
Yeah, we did.
The Night Watches, I believe.
Yeah,
Night Warden.
Oh,
Night
sorry,
Warden.
Night
So,
Wardens. Yes, good call.
um, I don't. I know we talked to Lysandra briefly, but I think that was a couple sessions ago. Um,
To whom?
and
Well,
Sorry.
well,
yeah,
he
Lysandra
did.
the Swift.
You have not spoken with her. You did inquire as to her potential location and learned
Oh,
that. That's why her
okay.
picture is on the map there. But yeah, you guys have not yet spoken to her.
Yeah, Alicia said he believed that the land was cursed. So we went
That's
to
right. We were heading out to the land to deal with the curse part.
yeah.
Yeah, and we
Can
did
confirm.
that, and then we had gone to the Temple of Heliod with the orphan, um, and turned him over to uh, the
The,
people in the temple.
yeah, correct.
Because unfortunately, I've murdered his mom.
Yeah, well,
Well, you
you know,
didn't
you buried
know.
her,
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
and you created a little shrine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like Nylea isn't very happy that we decided, well, not that we decided it, but that Data Harbor is trying to host the qualifiers in that spot. Is what I gathered from uh that turn of events.
Well, that the grove itself was cursed prior to the invocation of the games and wanting to utilize
Oh,
the spot.
oh, okay.
So that
Okay.
was something that was kind of lingering and growing while you guys were gallivanting about in the sea and up north in the village and stuff. So that's definitely something
So we may have
It
opened it
could
up
be
more
tied
games.
and related. Like, you're welcome to recommend that they find another spot, or you can say, hey, we cleared it, spot is available now and restored. That's up to you guys and talking to the event organizers, which Thales has been the main guy, point of contact, Uthakios being now convinced to be a sponsor, as per his.
Well, I think our god likes competition because she has the archery thing.
Yeah, I think now we say, as long as you make sure you make an offering to Nylea when you host the game or when you host the qualifier thing there, like a little temporary shrine or something, um, she should probably be pretty cool with it.
Yeah. Well, I think she might be against the construction of like an amphitheater, or like a seating. I don't think she likes it when things get built up like in nature. I don't know if she has something against that. Like maybe we should recommend it just be a standing room only kind of event. Like so no
Or
chopping down
something that can be
trees, like no like keep the clearing as is and try to make the space work, but like no more chopping down trees and like I don't know, setting fires to
protected
clear the
growth.
space.
The nature of some of the games implies that not all of them can be held at the same place because there isn't anywhere in
Okay.
that grove to have a swimming contest. So you could say,
Right.
hey, that place is cleared out. It's perfect for like the archery contest, maybe the wrestling contest in the middle where the grass grew. But besides that, like you're saying, an amphitheater or something, seating, like some stands for chariot races, for example, maybe encourage that to be elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But
that
again, up
that's
to you
why I
guys. I
think
think you're on the right track.
yeah.
Yeah, the cherry races could be in the city. Yeah.
There's a couple spots in the city that looks like it probably could, if not host a chariot race, kind of like a drag race might be a better way of describing it with chariots.
Yeah, sponsored by RuPaul.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or could you find like a
Goosh.
long stretch of like road, like like a trade road? You block it off, close it for like I don't know, maybe like a half a day. You send out like letters to other communities saying, "Hey, this is going to be closed off for this period of time for the qualifiers," and you just have it be like a I don't know, like a quarter mile or like a half mile kind of just straight race.
Mm.
It's an already
That's the
built
thing.
road.
Well, it might need to be trimmed on the edges. The path to the village, of course, that is prior to Kithian's time, but the village you just visited, there's a pretty straight path from Data Harbor to there. It does meander a little bit, and it was off of the main road, eventually, like segues off, but that is potential.
And you could probably build a bypass for merchant traffic coming in so that they could continue to use it and we use the main road and they just use the bypass for like 3 or 4 days.
Well,
Well,
you've got to build
Right,
bypasses.
right.
instead of a chariot race, since this is a coastal city, why don't we have a boat race?
That
I
has
don't
Good
not
know if
yet
boat
suggestion.
been
Yeah.
races in
I
proposed,
mean,
but
the
that is
games.
absolutely something that could be proposed and entered.
Yeah, a whole party could be like the team for the boat.
that's true. Maybe we could take some of these ideas to the event organizer. Just
Oh
say
yeah.
like, hey,
That's fail.
Nylea cursed, the spot where you were trying to hold all these events. I don't think she wants any more trees chopped down over these qualifiers. So maybe try to work around with what we already have.
Yeah, we got a lot of water here. This is
Um,
a
in
big
the
boat.
Theros campaign chat in Discord, Mr. Brian has conveniently posted the brief list of contests there.
Ah, I mean, discus throw, that's an easy one. You just need a wide open space.
Mm. But yeah, that can
Yeah,
be
the
edited
wrestling.
and added to, certainly.
Yeah, and the
Swimming's
archery.
absolutely a thing.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the
the one I don't
archery,
think
the
is very good at
discus.
the wire.
Yeah, that could happen like in the Agora. Is there like an Agora market in Data Harbor?
I think
Of
there's a
sorts,
couple
yeah.
market
There's the Commerce district and the Market Square.
Yeah, you could just have the music event there possibly.
Those things. Yeah.
Might be a good little gathering. Draw a crowd in the square. That would be good community building, so I don't know. It's something we could suggest.
Yeah, and even the wrestling event could be held somewhere in there. The only thing I think would be great for the Grove would be archery, potentially.
And the discus throwing potentially as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's. Or you could do discus throwing potentially on the beach too.
That's true.
Yep, right.
Well, is that a level? Is the beach a level ground? Wouldn't you want like a level ground for discus throwing?
You potentially could level it, honestly.
Oh yeah. And for the sake of distance,
I'm pinging
the
a
West
place.
Bank would also work. It's on a bit of a
Yeah, there's a
curve.
couple spots. I see you pinging it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Avery, you were going to say something. I think I might have heard you.
I was gonna suggest the beach, but you did, so
Oh, sorry.
we're on the same page.
All right.
Beaches
you
on the
did.
mind.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like as long as we have something for the chariot racing, I think there's enough of what we already have to try to convince the organizer,
I
that
think we can do all
that
these
it's not a
things.
good idea to like to just build up a new space.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
well,
what
we
they
already
had
have
in
it.
mind was to just massively clear out an area and hold all of the contests there. Again, with the exception of swimming.
We should replace the chariot race with a boat race, since it's a coastal or port city.
Just because
Yeah.
we're a coastal town doesn't mean that the games are going to be coastal when they hold them.
True.
Yeah, because
We
this is a
could give it as an
qualifier for the
option,
greater Akroan games. Like this is kind of the preliminaries that you're setting up for.
And that's a landlocked city.
So then we could suggest the road idea. You just walk out
I
like a
think
road.
all ideas are pretty good.
Yeah.
Beach area, the Grove for a couple events, and then the road for the chariot, which is the only thing I think was really probably the biggest kind of hurdle.
Right. But I think ultimately we go to the organizer and say, Nylia, she cursed your land where you want to hold those, where you want to hold that event and you want to build up a bleachers. So she's gonna keep doing this if you don't find a workaround. If you don't find a way to conduct these qualifiers without upsetting her. Yeah, and then we have those suggestions that we could give and say, okay, here's what you can do. You can split up the events like this.
And incidentally, for the merchants involved, having the events split up means more people having to pass through town, eat food, go to the next event. It honestly helps out a number of places.
Yeah, it makes it like a bustling city.
Mm-hmm.
You can bet that there will
Definitely.
be vendors trying to sell stuff at each event.
Oh, yeah.
T-shirts and plushies and stuff. Oh yeah, all about it.
Yeah, get your fresh robe
Get
here.
your own Lysandra the Swift plushie.
That's right. Data Harbor togas.
Or what are those the pop figures or whatever with the big heads?
Oh, God damn it. Funko Pops or something like
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Should we go talk to the organizer then?
Yeah, that's
And then
Dale.
we'll start with that, and then maybe I don't know, maybe he's heard new rumors, maybe he has leads
We still
on
need to talk to
something else.
Lysandra the Swift.
That's true.
She's a famous competitor who is living here but hasn't.
Right. But I think before we do that, we have to really define how the qualifier, is laid out. Like how it's going to work. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, if we're gonna like convince her to come participate in the games, like it's
Actually, I'm just hoping if she'll be a judge.
okay.
I'm hoping she might sign on as one of the judges, not necessarily participate.
Yeah, their thing was
Okay.
more really having her involved as a figure. Like they know that she is
Gotcha.
retired, but they're like, hey, if her name is attached to it, like it carries weight and legitimizes what we're trying to do almost more than
It could
anything
draw a
else.
crowd, like it really generate hype for the event.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I mean, we can talk to her first. You know, we could take votes.
I'm fine with doing. Sorry, I am fine with going to her second to have a conversation. Boy, that was going to come out wrong. Um, and going to Thales first.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys are leaving after a hearty breakfast, of course you want to have rice before you head out. Otherwise, you'll have
Demons.
unfortunate stair events. But you could go from your location in District 4 over to Thales at 3/7 and then make your way down to 2/5 where Lysandra is
Yep.
rumored to be living.
Ava,
So
what's your bard skills, Ava?
My what do I play instruments.
Do you have singing or just instruments?
I mean, I have pretty good performance, so I would imagine that if I tried to sing, hopefully it wouldn't be the worst thing.
Oh, that would
But
be,
I have a few
that could be a
and a lute.
yeah, that could be a contest in the game.
I think
best
we have like
singer.
a music contest
Yeah, the liar
already.
contest.
Yeah, we should have tell them we like to have a music contest.
No, it's in there. The liar
Oh,
contest.
okay.
The
Is
last one.
it currently?
With a panel of
Is it like
judges like Simonus the Cowless.
Yeah.
Is it currently like just like a lyre? Or is it like any instrument?
So
No, I
I
think
was
that you
just
need to
thinking
have
about
that.
that when you said, because I like lyre, but I also like to like expanding it to other instruments. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
appropriate
it's
to
probably
limit it to just that one.
like there's not everybody's a liar, especially. So.
Everyone is a liar. But yeah, I will likely, and you guys are welcome to propose that too to Thales and event organizers. That lyre is a bit limiting if it's exclusively that.
Yeah, it should be any instrument.
Well, it's phrased as a music based on what the stats were. I think liar is more like the notion of the initial event was probably people with lyres who participated, but it's saying it's a musical showcase celebrating beauty and skill.
right,
So that
the name could have come from, you know,
the
like how it originated.
right, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, that's true. Like maybe the original winner played the lyre, and so that's how they gave the event the name.
Yeah, and that would track like you're trying to honor some person the same way you might want to try to honor Lysandra the Swift because
Right,
she was probably a
exactly.
great runner.
And
Okay,
the
let's
event
go
could have
back.
evolved too, like if it's a whole performance, maybe there are dancers involved, maybe there are
Yeah,
fireworks, like a rock concert, face paint and stuff.
The same
theater
way that
performances.
I don't like using this modern day phrase, but like American Idol has categories, but then eventually you have to see who the better categories has doing the thing. Like eventually someone playing the guitar is going to compete against somebody who's a comedian because it's still an entertainment category and you're trying to figure out which one's going to win this year kind of stuff.
Oh, like the
Right.
Got Talent, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go see Lysandra.
Are we going to see Thales first and then try to
Yeah,
convince
yeah,
Sandra?
I think so. Also,
Okay.
what time of day is it? If we're starting in the residential quarter, is that like, are we assuming this is coming off of a long rest?
Yes,
Yes.
I would presume long rest and
Okay,
fed in the morning. That way any thirst and hunger is sated.
gotcha. I just needed to know that so I can get
I had to do
everything
the same
situated on
thing.
my character sheet. Yep. Okay,
Oh,
perfect.
yes.
Okay, so then we can head over and talk to
Fails.
Bales.
He's the guy with the red toga.
Gotcha. Oh, there he is in the character
Yep, 3-7.
screen. Yep. Bales. Okay. And we can make this one quick. Like, we're basically just gonna tell him, what amendments we think should be made. He's drawn the ire of a god.
I mean, inadvertently, but
Right.
Well, with it being this early in the morning, you should be able to find him arriving or arriving soon over in the Commerce District. I think I moved his token to like uncover the number. He would technically be closer to the 7 than the 3.
no worries. I mean, Armin has an easy time getting people's attention. He just walks up until someone thinks the sun's been blotted out.
Everybody move. So upon arrival into the Commerce District, you can see shopkeepers are starting to get set up there. The day's main shopping and selling has yet to begin. But you will see Thales down the way, engaged in conversation with a merchant who's hanging some vases, flower pots, and such at his stall. They appear to be having a jovial conversation. Both are smiling, a little bit of laughter.
Okay. Arianwin or Avra, do one of you guys want to take the lead on this conversation?
No, go ahead.
Um, yep, I can. I have pretty good persuasion, so I can take the lead. So we want to suggest moving all the events into the city, potentially changing chariot racing to boat racing, and opening up the musical contest to all instruments. Am I missing anything?
About the boat racing thing, I don't think there's going to be boat racing at the actual games, so that's why I don't think we're going to suggest changing chariot to boating.
But maybe changing where the chariot racing is taking place.
Right. Like maybe
To
putting it
in
in the
town?
city through a couple of roads, or using that road back to the village, which would be a good way of doing it.
Right, but kind of separating the events so it's not all taking place in one space where they have to, make a bunch of seating because Nylia seems to be upset with how they have been going about orchestrating the games, the qualifying events in that spot.
Yeah, because once these events are done, the people who win these events are then going to represent Data Harbor at the games.
Yep.
So what's wrong with the boat race?
Because they don't have a boat race at the Akroan games.
So it's kind of like you have to qualify for events here that are going to take place at the actual games. Does that make sense?
Oh, a different place you're talking about?
Yeah, if you look up on the map,
Yes.
Akros, where the Akroan games are at, has a river that goes up to it, but honestly, they're nowhere near the sea. So a boat race isn't going to happen in Akros.
All right, I got it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is just a offshoot of the main game.
Basically,
Just qualifier events, like the way that you would go to a regional tournament to qualify for the participate in a national tournament to then qualify for the Olympics itself.
right. You're still actually competing in the event that you're trying to get that qualifying spot for. So you would participate in a chariot race if you were going to try to participate in the national chariot
Yeah,
race.
I know, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yep.
Just like car races.
Yep.
Yes.
Basically. Okay, so Avra, that's basically what we're trying to communicate to him is he's kind of drawn the ire of a god, and we should separate the events and make do with space that they already have.
Okay, got it. Are we there?
I
Oh,
believe
yeah.
so.
Indeed, yeah.
Yep.
You guys can see Thales at the end of one of the many little side roads. He would actually be in the main thoroughfare, though. And he's talking to a merchant who sells pottery, vases, flower baskets, that sort of thing.
I will simply wave to get his attention, but I'm going to let Ira go do the thing and stay back so I don't step on someone.
As Armin steps on everyone on the way over.
You didn't need that child. Trust me, you'll make another.
Oh no, that's terrible. So he will catch sight of you out of the corner of his eye, and he will smile and kind of give the tilting his head upward nod of acknowledgement. He will speak a few words to the merchant and then move away from the stand, open his arms wide to encourage you to approach. He looks very happy to see you.
I approach.
He must be a hugger then.
Well, he's just kind of like, hey, my old friends. He's not trying to invade anyone's personal space. He's just looking like he's happy.
Okay. So we went to the clearing and we cleaned it up. It's technically usable, but Nylia has seemed to have made it clear that she does not want us there. So we think that it would be beneficial to host the games in Data Harbor and like different points throughout the city. Including like the chariot racing, which could take place on the roads in the city or on the road to the village. And like the archery and discus throwing could take place on the beaches, so there's space. And we think that we should consider opening the music contest to all instruments. And this would benefit Data Harbor considerably because it would boost like revenue for businesses. They could make merch. I don't know if that's a word
There's
that
a
they have in
twinkle in
every
his eye
place, but
when you start to talk about finances and profit and such. Can you please roll for me your persuasion, and you will have advantage on that because he already likes you,
Can I give her guidance on that as well?
if you like.
So a
Of course.
D4? I'd like to do that just in case.
what's the guidance?
A 1d4. Yep.
Wow, you have +8
Dirty
to
20.
persuasion. That is nice.
Non-natural 20. That's still pretty good.
So his smile will widen. He begins stroking his beard, staring up, thinking about it. Says, yes, by hosting the events in the city itself, we can save on construction costs, and citizens will not have to travel as far. It'll be far easier for them to visit if it's on the beaches. Like this very much. I
And the
am
merchant
not
and the
particularly
merchant.
well versed in Naia and her disciplines, but is she not called the goddess of the hunt? by some.
So I heard the last bit. Is she not called the goddess of the hunt? But I didn't hear what you said before that.
He said he's not familiar with Nylea's disciplines, properties, favor, but he has heard that
Yes,
she is referred
yes,
to as such.
yes. She's the goddess of the hunt, but she also cares deeply about nature and wanting to protect it, which is why we think it would be best to not cut down any trees to make room for stands or anything like that.
Certainly, a wise consideration. Would it
Plus,
not, though, perhaps favor her to hold the archery contest in the grove? What think ye about
Absolutely.
that? Especially if the event itself were perhaps dedicated to her formally in the announcements.
I'll let everyone speak for a minute. I wanted to say something.
Yeah, you can jump in. Go for it.
If the games are in the city itself, the merchants will have more customers there because they won't have to go far out, and the people that can't go out and work in the area, they still couldn't go buy stuff from the merchants because they're right there. So it benefit financially as well as entertain and amount of people.
Indeed. I find this to be favorable. I will have to talk
I
to
do
my
think
companions. Yes, yeah.
I was gonna say I do think that if as long as we're not clearing any trees or constructing anything, if we dedicate the archery event to Nylea, and we clean up when we're done, I could see that being favorable. I don't know if you guys agree.
I do.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
think we could have I think we could have a little shrine with a plate for offerings, even.
Just as long as it's not a living sacrifice that will cause you to lose piety.
Yes, but coin, personal artifacts,
No, I have an idea.
things of that nature.
She likes nature, right?
She does.
Okay. Have them bring um, food that they don't need anymore, like fruits that have gone bad. Hear me out. I got an idea. Um, if people bring things that would naturally rot, you can make compost to grow additional plants. So you could recycle food and various items that you would normally consider waste, but that would be the donation to nature. Then a dedicant of Nylea could use it to grow another tree in the grove.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah, cultivating the land. Yeah,
Good idea.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
We could
And
So
certainly bring saplings
yeah.
and seeds of the local flora
seems like an
to
easier thing for
restore the
people of
grove rather than take away from it.
That's an
right.
excellent idea.
So I think it would be easier for someone of less income to find a seed that they could then donate to the mother of nature than it would be to find a gold coin that would allow them entrance.
I like your thinking there. It is definitely good to consider the lower classes in this. An astute contribution. We must not get too ahead of ourselves and appear to be elitist. We do want the support of all of Data Harbor's residents, from the working class all the way up to nobles such as myself.
And the games are supposed to be for everybody, so this seems like a way for everyone to feel like they're on the same page if they're donating the same thing.
Yeah, it's an
Absolutely.
excellent idea.
I get inspired by you all.
Yes, yes, I like where you're going with this. I have to say, there's only one slight obstacle that, well, I don't know if it will become an obstacle or if it's normal fare. I don't know if this happens in all cities attempt to qualify, but, well, I'm afraid there's a little bit of naysaying and negative things being applied to the idea. Some unsavory rumors being spread. We believe from a small city-state, they might be trying to claim a little more prosperity for themselves, perhaps lure some of our best competitors into representing them instead.
Why don't we
But,
just challenge them to a one-off?
well, there's nothing concrete yet, and I don't know exactly what you mean by a one-off challenge, but
If they say
it
that
would bear investigation.
if their competitors are better, then have them put up or shut up.
Yeah.
We can represent Data Harbor.
Are you implying that we might host some of their competitors here?
Why not?
Yeah, and then when we win, their competitors will clearly want to go with the winning team.
I think
That
they may
could
already
definitely
want to
be a
do that.
solution if it comes to that.
Yeah, go with
I
that.
think they may already. I think they may already want to do that. If we are able to convince Lysandra to represent the qualifying event, we may in turn draw their competitors instead.
I love that.
Yes, that would certainly tip the scales in our favor. If you can find her and convince her of such.
I've been given some info.
And
We'll get right on it.
it'll give more renown to Data Harbor.
It would tell everyone that Data Harbor is the team to be on.
Yep.
It's the horse to back.
Yes, that would certainly contrast any of the ill-spoken words being spread.
But we have to win first.
Yes,
No
of
kind of
course.
chicken before the hatch.
Well, if on your way, uh, it is rumored that a man named as Alekios is actually from that neighboring city-state. And if we want to outdo Melanthios in reputation and drawing in best competitors, again, it is simply rumors at this point, but if you can track him down, perhaps you can learn more, perhaps sway him or convince him to cease in his efforts, or at least spread to his people word of join the contest as you propose.
Do you know of any champions that are now affiliated with any city state in the area?
We've got a few locals here that are planning to compete. Couple for all of the games. This was definitely considered when proposing to have Data Harbor represented at the games.
No, I mean, is there any champions that are not affiliated with Data Harbor that we could?
I'm not aware of any that live in between that would necessarily be unaffiliated. I think there's a draw to one or the other pretty well just by way of proximity.
All right, I was just wondering if there was anyone we could recruit that are really good. They're like champions.
No, I'm afraid that it is likely we'll have to make do with those who are local enough to want to be sponsored by us, taking pride in the local community.
That's fine. I guess this year it's going to be the year of the Minotaur anyway. Armin just kind of holds his head up.
He smirks at that.
But
May the best humanoid win.
Okay, so it seems like we have a lot to do before we get started. What do you think? Should we go track down Lysandra?
I have a pretty good idea where they are.
Okay.
So
Alekios is known to have set up a temporary stall in the market district. If you happen upon him on your way there or on your way back.
Is the market 3 or 7?
Neither. The market square is 2.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. We could totally stop by him on the way there.
We're actually not far from there right now.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yep, you guys are up here.
Okay. We could head over there.
Sure. We'll stop by there first, and then we'll hit up Lysandra's.
Dales, thank you for your time.
Oh, the pleasure's always mine. Wish you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors.
Did Udakios reach out yet? I realize it was just yesterday we took care of his issue.
I got word that there was some success, something about stopping a smuggling ring. I believe there's an invitation of myself and a few of the other nobles to meet with him. Certainly, discussion of the games will be a primary topic. Now that it seems you've earned his favor and he may want to formally announce his sponsorship.
Very good. Just glad that's moving forward.
Yes, yes. I think we've got good momentum heading into this.
Awesome. All right. Well, have a great day.
Well, you can finally find me making my way about here at your leisure.
All right. Take care.
He'll give a nod and a smile, making sure to acknowledge everybody. And then he raises his finger. Ah, miss, I've been meaning to speak with you. And he trails off to go talk to another merchant.
All right. Head off to number 2.
Yep.
So the district that you are coming from, most of them are permanent shops. There are a few temporary places, such as where you saw Thales engaging. The market square is kind of the lower key where more of the underclasses would be shopping and etc. Things are a little bit more temporary, flexible there. Items that you would find there would be of lower cost, but you get what you pay for, so in parallel, that is a thing. A lot more secondhand, if you will, a lot more common goods there, as opposed to specialty items in the Commerce District. So you can definitely tell a shift in the population swirling about there when you cross kind of this dividing major road between the 2 districts.
Did Thales give a I'm sorry, trying to think back. Did Thales give like a visual description
He did not.
of he did not.
Nope.
Okay.
And I'm going to butcher this poor bastard's name. Can you type that somewhere? Yep, I would have totally said it wrong.
He said he had a market stall somewhere in the district. That's to my understanding. Is that correct?
Indeed.
Yep.
Recently
Okay.
set up, kind of a temporary thing.
We could ask like another vendor if they know him or have seen him.
Yep,
That's
I
true.
think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we only have kind of 2 ways to go about this. We can either let Sweet Avra go and talk to somebody, or I can loom over someone and scream his name as loud as possible until people point in fear so that they know it's not them. He's kind of smiling, like he's trying to hide that he's smiling, but he's not doing a very good job at it. I'm fine with intimidating
tough
everybody in the
choice.
marketplace, but I think we might get more mileage with Avra.
Who would say no to her?
That's kind of my point.
Ask
It's
one of
true.
the guards that patrol the merchant's quarter. They will know where this merchant is.
Who's around
How-
right where we are?
Most immediately, you can see that there is a middle-aged lady who is setting up a fruit stand. She appears to be the closest, most active. There are like empty places where stalls are yet to be set up, and you do see other merchants, of course, down the way, but she would be the closest, most immediately.
How do
Bad
you
could be
say this name
bastards. Let's
again?
go talk to the lady.
There's
Alekios?
there's no soldiers or guards.
There are some soldiers meandering about. This time of day, there would be a lot fewer, just because of necessity. But you can tell there are a couple that are just solo walking about. You'll have encountered them both in the Commerce District and see a couple here and there in this district as
Oh,
well.
the thing about the market, stalls is everybody probably kind of knows each other, right? At least you would know your competitors or you'd know your friends who set up shop. So this woman
Yeah.
might know.
So, how do I say this name again?
Alekios?
Alekios. I walk up to the woman and I very kindly ask her if she's seen Alekios while I pick out a fruit.
There's some wonderful figs that have been put into a square little basket, and she's got a couple of burlap sacks that she's pulling out. You haven't seen what those are in yet. Like I said, she's just getting started to set up here. And she looks a little bit startled when you approach, and she kind of looks over to see you standing. Will the rest of the party be following, or are you hanging back?
He leans down and hands her, makes a show of handing Avra 2 gold pieces and says, "Can you get me some of the figs when you're done?"
Yeah.
So her eyes will widen a little bit at the looming figure of Armin, blotting out the sun, as he does.
"Hi, ma'am. I'm sorry. Your figs look really good. Go ahead and talk. I'm sorry. I'll back up."
She kind of
I think
looks
Kithian's
back and
just
forth
holding
between.
back.
What's that? Sorry.
I think Kithian is just gonna hold back out of fear of intimidating the woman.
Fair.
Avra is definitely the
You do
most
look like a cop.
approachable.
And you can tell that just by her body language, it looks like she's preferring to engage with Ava directly, off put by the taller presence and more intimidating poise that the others have.
Yeah.
Says,
I try to stand awkwardly a little bit farther away, and I'm looking up in the sky over every stall, just kind of whistling to myself, like, try not to stand out. And he's horrible at it. It's just horrible.
So she grunts as she's lifting one of the burlap sacks up under her little table. Says, "Look for who then?"
Alekios.
"Oh, that one. The out of towner. Yeah, he's been
Yes.
down for the last week or so. I tell you, he ain't gonna make a lot of friends the way he mucks about and criticizes people, acting like he's above us. Belongs in the other district across the way, by way he talks and acts. You can tell she does not look favorably upon the wealthy class and how they conduct themselves." So what do you want with him then?
You know where he is. We just want to talk to him.
Armin will slightly flex an arm like he's just trying to rotate his shoulder cuff a little bit. When he hears Avra say, "We just want to talk to him," and he just stretches like, "Yeah."
Well, is he in some kind of trouble then? Or are you wanting to conduct business?
Can I do like an insight check to see which would make her happier?
Yes, you may. Ooh.
Oh God! Wow.
You're, of course, aided by the flexing being done, but she very clearly doesn't like the guy. She's referred to him as an outsider and doesn't like his demeanor, his way of treating, looking down, speaking down on people here. So if you were to imply that you are not his friend and perhaps wish to do him harm, she would likely be quite tickled by that. Right now, she's a little bit offstandish because you've mixed just by the mention of his name and you guys looking for him, and she's like, ugh, don't tell me that you want to, increase his profits because screw that guy.
Yeah. Trouble's a word for it. I mean, I can't believe these rich assholes who come in and so wealthy but can't even pay their debts. They hoard.
Can you roll your persuasion with advantage again? Says, well, you look like an out-of-towner yourselves. She kind of takes everybody in. But, well, if you're going to make his day a little less pleasant, be glad to help. Unfortunately, he's a bit of a lazy one. He typically shows up around noontime when the sun is high, tries to push his wines on people, but mostly he just stands there talking about how great his home is. I've never been to Melantheos, so I can't say anything good or bad about it, but if he's their representative, well, never mind that. He definitely hasn't had kind things to say about the harbor here.
So he's not here yet.
Alas, no. He'll likely saunter in after a night of sampling too much of his own wares. And then she
I
points
would
down and
like
says, if you head down there into the alley, take a left. He'll be on that cross street. But, like I said, certainly won't catch him this early.
everyone's gonna approach and says she's gonna have 5 gold pieces in it. You wouldn't happen to know where he lives, would you?
Oh, no. I reckon he probably stays at a fancier inn on the other side of town.
Well, thank you for your help. And she'll start picking out figs for
Arvin.
Armin and herself.
Well, it looks like we'll have to wait for this guy.
That's fine. I'll have figs to eat.
She
Well,
says,
we could go have lunch.
I've got
Yeah.
smaller bags here if you wanted to purchase a lot of them.
Oh, um, the Minotaur very awkwardly smiles and kind of rubs his stomach a little bit and says, like, I think whatever you have at the big bag will be okay.
Well, I've got another bag. Still pretty fresh. That's
I
going
mean,
to
you
be a
don't have to
couple
lift
of
it.
gold for that much. Just kind of looks at
Do
you
you
expectantly, like, are you willing to spend gold in this market, not a lesser coin?
I gave her 2 gold. Do you need more?
Avra has not yet provided the 2 gold you speak of.
I think she was
Sorry, I
talking.
was trying to figure out. Yeah, I was trying to figure out the exact price, but I'll give her the gold.
Her eyes widen. Well, that there is probably more profit in one handing I've had on any day yet this year. She will quickly swipe the coins out of your palm. And then she gestures at one of the burlap sacks. That one there, full of figs. Welcome, take it.
He just reaches down and takes the entire bag, just picks it up.
It's not heavy for you. You can see she was struggling with it and the other
Yeah.
bags.
Did you need help with anything else putting stuff on a cart? I could just put them up there for you real quick.
Oh no, I manage myself. Have for years.
Okay.
But I thank you for the offer and for the coin.
Sure. He holds the bag down to Abram, like, do you want to pick a couple out right now? Then
Yeah, she grabs a couple.
okay.
Do we have to talk to Alakias before we go to Sunday? Or could we go to Sunday?
We can go hit Lysandra up, and then by the time we're done with her, it might be closer to noon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
on the return trip we could come back.
Sure.
That sounds good. Did you say, Armin? Did you say you had a lead on where you think Lysandra might be?
Yes. I did some investigating while you guys were doing other things one day, and I kind of poked around and found out where she is.
Great. Okay.
So I will lead the group to the location I was given for Lysandra's.
And we will follow.
Before you can completely move away from the stall here, she reaches out and catches Avra's arm. Says, I've got some more goods coming in later this week. A little bit more exotic. If and you happen to be by, and you can make a little trouble for Lekios. I might have a discount for you and your friends here.
Of course, thank you.
She nods and smiles and then goes back to her work.
They certainly don't like this guy here.
Apparently not. Hey, do either of you two want a fig?
I'll take a fig.
All right, he holds the bag down so that Kithian and Ariane one can have access to some figs.
All right. She'll take a fig. Put it in her mouth.
After you guys take a fig, he
Thank you,
reaches.
good sir.
No problem. He reaches in with his hand, and you can see why he didn't try to get involved with her really quickly, because he grabs. For him, a small grip is like a handful for the rest of you. And he's like trying to eat them, but it's like eating 4 to 6 at a time.
Like popcorn.
Yep.
You will find that they are pretty fresh, almost the perfect ripe.
All right.
Yeah, and if
We'll
there's
follow,
any of the seeds in there, he'll just crush them in his teeth. Just like, nice.
we'll follow Armin to the Sandra.
Yep. I will lead the group on yonder.
Armin, how big are your hands? Could you hold like a whole watermelon in one hand?
He could
Like,
probably pick you up by your head. Armin stands at 7 1/4 feet tall.
That's pretty tall.
And
He's
his strength stat is 20.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah,
That was the
I don't
reference
think
I
that's
made earlier with
unrealistic.
the everybody move from The Princess Bride.
Yeah, exactly. In almost a video game cheat thing, my dex is 18.
It's almost not fair.
I know, right? I was just like, there's no reason he should be able to move as fast as he does. You want to look up at him and go like, this is bullshit.
But
He's float like a Cadillac, sting like a Beamer.
Yep.
uh,
Oh, I love the Ollie reference. That's fantastic. So he leads them off to the location he was given.
so her house is supposedly housed in a location. Sorry, located at a place. I don't like to double use words like that. That has a little bit of a view of the ocean on that side.
Nice.
Traffic definitely, foot traffic in the streets definitely diminishes.
And
Can
this is the
tell that this
entertainment
is
district. We're
kind
probably
of a
really
place, a lot of artists, a lot of well-dressed people, the few that you see moving about, almost all nobility.
anyone who would look um, classically down their nose at Armin, he'll just try to make eye contact with because he finds that tends to stop a lot of it.
Oh, they avert their gaze from you. They don't want any trouble because you're huge.
Yeah. When he gets to the door, he will squat and then knock as lightly as Armin can knock.
A voice from inside calls out, "Just a moment."
Thank you.
After a bit of a pause, the door opens. See a woman with dark hair, a couple streaks of gray. He's currently working on putting her hair up. And
I
she
apologize
looks
that
at Armin, a little bit wide-eyed, and the rest of the group hanging out, a centaur and a satyr, a
he very
warrior-looking
sheepishly
man.
waves.
What can I do for you?
Um, if you're who I hope you are, then I was wondering if you might be interested in helping to judge the qualifiers for the Akroan Games being held here in the city.
Says, "Oh, I'm but a humble artist here. I wouldn't have
Is
any."
your name Lysandra?
Where did you get that idea?
Some people gave me some information about where you lived and that you had a residence here in town. Um, if you are Lysandra the Swift, the games could, or the qualifiers for the games could really use your support as a judge. I'm not trying to get you to like join and participate in like a competitive sense because I heard you retired, but you above many people would be a better judge than most of skill and technique.
Can you please roll your persuasion at disadvantage?
Okay. Do you want to give me
I,
what's
can I give him bardic inspiration?
You may.
I'll give him guidance as well.
I'll take it. All right, so let me hit this thing and then it should ask me if I want to roll that. Good. Now let me hit it disadvantage. And I'm going to roll this and then I'll add the numbers when we go from here. All right, so 11. Now let's roll the Bardic Inspiration to see what I can turn that 11 into. And then I'll add the D4 on top of that, okay? Nope, 6, not 5. Sorry. All right, so now it's 15.
Okay.
17.
She kind of cocks her head. If you could keep it down. The residents here don't know my identity. I had hoped to retire here in peace. I don't know how comfortable I would be being drawn out into the public again.
So Kithian is actually going to take the rest of the party, I'm sure, by surprise, and he's going to kind of walk in front of Armin and reveal himself in front of Lysandra, and he's going to say, "It's good to see you again."
I will step back because that
At
seems like you might
first,
know her.
she cocks her head, and then her eyes widen in realization. She says, My, Kithian? Could it be? She's looking you up and down. You've certainly grown.
Since I was a boy. That's the last time I saw you. When you picked me up as an orphan.
Of course, dear. I didn't recognize you, though. You've grown to quite a strapping lad.
Dedicated to the goddess of the hunt now. And that's why I'm here to participate in the archery contest. And I was hoping that, as a favor to me, you might decide to come and witness my display.
Well, of course, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Please, bring your friends inside. Let's sit, catch up a bit. I've got some wines and treats left
I got
over from
figs.
last night.
Armin's really sheepishly holding up the bag like, I got figs.
Those are fresh.
Yeah, they are indeed. Do you want some?
Please, they go quite well with my favorite wine.
He holds
Please,
the bag
please
down
come
so
in.
you can grab some.
Thank you, thank you. We have a lot to catch up on.
So you will all see her demeanor very much changed. The reveal of Kithian and his identity. She was definitely standoffish, like blocking the door, not being inviting, but that changed. She's now treating you all like old friends, even though Kithian is really the only one attached to her past.
Well, I'll follow Kitty then.
Oh yeah, I'll wait till everybody else goes in first.
So Kithian will be the first one in then.
So she leads you back to kind of a common area with pillows set about. It opens up to a view of the ocean in the backside there. It's not a formal balcony, but a set of wide doors that she can open up, let in the air, let in the view. Says,
Oh,
I
you
do
ever had?
apologize for a bit of untidiness. I haven't had an opportunity to clean up after last night's gathering. A few friends and I, well, we do like our drink. And she kind of smirks at everyone.
If there's anyone in the world who doesn't owe me an apology, it's you. If it wasn't for you, and if you and your unit didn't pick me up as a child, I would just be another orphan claimed by the earth. You showed mercy on me, and I'll always be appreciative of that.
She tries to dismiss it, a wave of her hand. Oh, surely. Anyone would have done the right thing in meeting you.
You were an idol of mine, you know. I never told you that, but I followed your career very closely. I always looked up to you.
She's blushing a bit now. Says, well, I've certainly had fans, but, well, it means a lot coming from you. I'm glad to have served as a proper example for you. An inspiration if you fancy yourself a bit of a competitor yourself.
And that I do. But I took example from the best.
She's really doing her best to be modest and kind of call it off, and she's going to sheepishly look at the others. I'm but one of many who've made their names the little bit of sport. It
So how
looks
long
like
have you
your
lived
new
here?
friends would be pretty capable as
Oh,
well.
yep. Absolutely. I mean, have you seen this big guy over here? And he motions over to Armin.
Armin looks very sheepish because he didn't mean to kind of out her in that regard, but he's like, "Do you want another fig?"
She smiles and takes the fig and trades it with a wine glass.
He takes
Not
it
too
and is
early, I
holding it.
hope.
Oh no, I'll walk it off. It'll go quick.
So,
She
Lysandra,
proceeds
how
to
long have
offer
you lived
everyone
in Data
glasses.
Harbor?
What was that, sorry?
So, how long have you lived in Data Harbor?
Oh, I've been here at least a few years now. I've lost track of a bit of the time. I've certainly made myself comfortable. I had not thought that I would be recognized here, though. You are the first who has called me by that name in a very long time.
Well, it seems many in the city respect.
And Kithian says he thinks, I think your presence as the figurehead of these qualifying events would really help turn the tide, and help Data Harbor stand out as the place to be for these qualifying events. We
And
would draw
also,
competitors from everywhere.
and also inspire our competitors to work better.
Says, well, so long as no one expects for me to compete, I certainly put that behind me. And
No,
of
I was
course,
hoping for a judge.
give me time to speak with my friends who know me as Phaedra. It'll be quite a shock to them, I believe, to reveal my true self to them. And she's looking at Kithian, still taking him in and looking him up and down, not in a suggestive way, like just
Sure.
surprised and that kind of. It's been a while, and she's happy to see you all grown up. Says, I will consider it. Give me some time. It will certainly change my life here in the city.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Says, oh, it's all right. Lucky for us, there were passers-by within earshot. But if you don't mind keeping it to yourself for now.
I can do that.
Yeah, I came here to see you, and I came here to try. But whatever decision you make, I'll accept it. You don't owe me anything.
Well, perhaps I wasn't as clever in my hiding as I thought. Or
No, some
perhaps
of
the
the
gods
choices.
are in our favor in having us reunited.
Also tell your friends we're planning on opening an adventurers guild. So if any of your friends or you need any assistance at all, we're available.
Yeah, we've dealt with sea hags, werewolves, the smuggling ring. Uh, we've been kind of busy.
Yes, for such a small place here, of course, it is definitely growing quite rapidly, but it seems this place is plagued with a number mysteries, adversaries. Be good to have a presence like yours with a permanent foothold here. Just by reputation, you might be able to scare off any those who would seek to do harm or take advantage of the residents here. I've quickly come to grow quite fond of them and of the port itself.
Yeah, this event is really going to help the port. It's going to drive traffic and business into the area.
Well, that bodes well for the town itself. As I said, I will definitely consider it. There are advantages, and well, I almost feel a responsibility. It'll just take some time to wrap my head around it. But tell me about you and your travels. How did you meet each other? And she looks at Kithian. What have you been doing since last I saw you?
We
And
were
how are you
dealing
led
with
here?
we were dealing with some smugglers when we met Kithian. He seemed to have assisted us at the later part of the battle.
Yeah, so when I came of age and went on my rite of passage, I ended up in the Amatrophon, and I found quite the home there. Um, in a community of women, it's not easy to carve a role out for yourself, but I did, and I miss home. But I'm here, experiencing new parts of the world, trying to spread Nylia's influence where her reach seems to have come to a halt.
He's a welcome comrade to our group.
That makes me definitely proud of you. And as the young miss there suggests, I appreciate that you would seek to help those who might appear to be in trouble. And of course, dealing with criminal elements that do plague us.
Yeah, we've encountered a little bit of that as well.
I do not like to see people suffer, so that's why I wish to protect the people of the city, even though I don't like the city that much.
Hmm.
I'm a person of nature, but
She smirks at that.
like I said, I don't like people suffering or in pain or the downtrodden. I wish to help.
Well, being an outsider here myself, I found as long as you are good to the people here and sincere, they tend to be actually quite accommodating. Other places I've been, my travels in my youth, when I was competing, of course, not everybody is so inviting to outsiders. That is partly why I wish to set foot here. They don't
Speaking of
harbor a lot of
outsiders,
the prejudices that other city states or groups are known for.
speaking of outsiders, What are your thoughts on the outsider Alekios? Do you know of him?
T, that wine dealer in the market square?
Yes.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. Well, she kind of has like a sour look on her face now. I prefer to buy my wines elsewhere. He's a new face. I was eager to take a sampling, but, well, he has quite a haughty attitude, looking down on the common folk. Seemed to
He could
treat
have a
me
hard
all
time.
right, but I'm pretty well dressed. Kind of come off as nobility. But I saw the way he treated others and was not fond of it.
Yeah,
Why do you ask?
one of the merchants didn't have kind words to say about
Got the impression he was from out of town, and as accommodating as people are, he's one of those that wouldn't be so embraced as the likes of myself or yourselves doing good deeds.
Yeah, I
So
started as
yeah.
an orphan too.
it. Do you
She
know
gives
why
a
the
solemn nod, kind of casts a glance at Kithian briefly.
We certainly have a
do you know why the merchants dislike Accio?
Wait, can you ask that again? Sorry.
I'll ask her. Do you know why the merchants dislike Accio?
He just doesn't fit in well, doesn't communicate well, is not very cooperative, and kind of looks down on everyone rather than seeing our community as equals, all contributors.
Oh, I get it. He's a sack.
A what?
He's a sack. He's just full of dung.
Eh.
please. There's no need for that language here in this house.
She says, "Oh, I promise, I've heard much worse. After all, I did travel with athletes, former warriors, and such. Believe me, I've heard things that make soldiers blush, and the nobles
So
can have a bit of a morbid sense of humor at times as well. I assure you, no offense has been cast."
Okay.
So real quick, kind of like breaking the fourth wall a bit, can you remind me of that conversation with Thales in relation to kind of what he had said about Alekios? I'm trying to think back on that conversation. Was it
Oh,
he sort of gave us the inside track that he's going to be a competitor in the qualifying events because he's an
No, he's
athlete.
not a competitor himself. He's actually been bad mouthing the games
varsity.
and
Oh, right,
talking
right,
up
right, 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 right,
his
right, right,
own
right.
city state where he's from and just
Melanthios
trying to
is where he's
cast
from.
shade on stuff.
Yeah. If you look in the Theros campaign chat, Alekios and then it's Melanthios equals city. He's from that town. He's trying to make it seem like people should go and compete in Melanthios because the city is crap.
Right. Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, Kithian's going to, because Lysandra had asked, why we had asked about him. He's going to say, Thales, the event organizer of the games, told us that, um, Alekios had been trying to recruit the athletes from here to his home city of Melanthios.
Says, "Oh, makes him even worse. I, of course, only dealt with him for my own interests in fine drinks. I'm actually glad to hear that you're not necessarily looking out for him to increase his profits in any way. If you're looking for a good wine merchant, I could name a few right off the top of my head, both in the Market Square and the Commerce District.
Oh yeah.
Yes, but of course I do understand you didn't come here for that, but I had thought perhaps that was your motivation, and well, I'll not speak well of his business. I don't want to speak necessarily ill of the character, only express my own interactions. He sounds, from your own recounting, to be perhaps a nefarious sort and a threat to growing up these qualifiers you speak of that you wish me to participate in.
Armin, why don't we go visit Echios and dissuade him from recruiting in our city?
Well, I actually wanted to play a game with Alekios, because I wanted to see if even when I sat down, if he was simply not of stature to look down upon me. There's a wicked glint of a smile on his face. And then I could mention that maybe if he had a box to stand on, he might succeed.
Not even
I don't
that.
like I don't like bullies.
Sandra offers that while he is not at all very intimidating by his presence, his stature alone, he has a way of looking down on everyone, regardless of their height difference.
Well, I'd like to see him try to look down on this guy.
Eh,
He just nudges over to Armin.
Says, yes, well, certainly, if you've got business to attend to, I can leave you to it. I have heavy consideration weighing on me now. Oh, but it is so good to see you all grown up, Kithian.
Yeah, yeah, you too. And I will keep her identity a secret. Um,
Phaedra.
while you decide.
Oh, you have my thanks in that. And if you should happen to dissuade Alekios from conducting business, or at least manage to change his tune a little, I would be very grateful. Not for myself, more so for the well being of his fellow merchants and residents that frequent those stalls.
Well, we could be very persuasive.
Oh, I don't doubt it. You've got, well, certainly the little one speaks well, and the big one, well, he perhaps could only frown and encourage someone to cooperate, I reckon.
Yeah, he is intimidating.
I don't know what you're talking about. And he smiles wickedly and hands the bag over for a second, like, you want another fig?
He's a funny
She
guy.
grabs a bowl nearby and gestures with it toward the bag.
He dumps some figs from the bag into the bowl. Just he really fills it up, so like he isn't skipping on her.
And she smiles and says, oh, thank you.
You know what, Armin? Every day you make my day.
That is Perfios's blessing, not mine. But I'm glad to be the vessel of that.
Are you
Says,
kidding
well,
me, Armin? You gave her less than you can eat in just one handful.
Well, and he's holding clearly what would be a handful for him in his left hand. Like, do you have another bowl?
she looks around and then strides over by the door, picks up a bowl, kind of wipes it with her hand real quick, hands it over
And
to
then when
you.
He puts what was in his left hand into the bowl. It fills it up the same way the other one was. Like, sorry.
Kithian, you can see that she's picked up kind of a dainty way of eating and walking and such. She definitely blends in with the nobility. She didn't really have that before. She was definitely seemed more down to earth, more casual. It looks like she's kind of picked up a subconscious way of blending in with the upper class here.
Hmm.
Although it was hinted at, like, she still retains her base personality. Her lack of shock at speaking of bags of dung being an example. Like, the one you know is still in there. She's just evolved a little, if you want to call it that. Changed, at any rate.
So Kithian's kind of he's gonna look at her and he's gonna say like, well, Lysandra, if I live until my retirement, I'm gonna come back to you for some tips.
Oh, I don't know if I can be any example. I'm just doing my best to enjoy the last of my days. I was quite blessed by the gods and my abilities, and that allowed me to retire earlier than most. Live in the comfort that I do here.
Why do they call you the Swift?
Says, she looks over at you and smirks and says, there are those who said I might as well have 4 legs instead of 2 for how quick I was. And she gives you a nod. She's specifically referring to your centaurness, like she's implying that she could hold a candle to your speed, being a mere human.
The fastest I've ever seen.
That's
I,
impressive.
I'm working on it.
I trained by running alongside horses at full gallop. Well, I say aside. Usually I was leading them wherever the path was headed.
I'm impressed.
So Kithian's gonna pull out one arrow from his quiver.
Is it one of the
And
obsidian
he's
ones or a
gonna.
normal one?
This is a normal one, you know. This is
Okay.
a normal arrow, but so when he takes it out, you can notice it. It looks really old. Like there are some stains in it that looks like he just was not able to get out of just some blood and dirt. Um, and he's gonna walk up to Lysandra and he's gonna say, "This was the arrow of my first kill, and I've always held on to it for sentimental reasons. But seeing as that I owe you my life, I'd like you to hold on to it for me. Whether you decide to come out of retirement for judging this contest or not, um, it doesn't matter. I'd like you to hold on to this for me."
She blushes a little bit, clutches her pearls, metaphorically, of course. Says, well, you honor me, my boy. This will be in a place of honor. And she goes to a mantle where there's a nicely artistically made plate features a wrestling contest between a man and what appears to be a large bull. And she pushes that all the way to the side edge and then places your arrow there. She says, I'll have to find a suitable stand for the display here, but this will be its new home.
You honor me.
So, are you a fan of olive oil by chance?
She shrugs and says, it's a pretty common staple, has its benefits.
You seem to
I'm
be a
no
fan of.
chef myself.
You seem to be a fan of wine. Is that kind of, do you favor yourself maybe a connoisseur?
Yes, but I tend to lean toward the exotic.
Would a Crowan wine fit that category?
Thing about the Acroan wines is they add extra sweetener to cover up how, well, comparatively unappealing the base is.
Hmm.
They are a little bit impatient in their process. So you get a little bit of bitter, a little bit of sweet. It's an acquired taste. I actually have a few friends who prefer that to some of the other offerings.
Excellent. He opens his bag, stretches his arm down in well past what should be the bottom of said bag, and then makes a exaggerated gesture like he's mucking about in there, and then pulls out the amphorae of fine Acroan wine and it says, "How about this for a gift? Because I was told when you visit somebody, you should provide a gift."
Says, "Oh, why, thank you. Can assure you that bribery will not earn your any more favor toward your efforts." And she kind of smirks, says, "But your kindness definitely does."
And with
I had
that,
good
we've taken
people to
up
help.
enough of your time.
Puts her hands behind her back and nods and says, "Well, you're certainly welcome here anytime, my boy. You and your friends. I wish you luck,
And
and please visit me again soon. I should have my decision within a day or two."
thank you, Lysandra.
Alrighty.
All right. So, are we gonna go back to this market
Yeah,
and see
said
if we can
douchebag.
find this? Yeah, yeah, this sack, as
Yeah, the sack.
as a Minotaur friend of mine once said.
Yeah,
Ro-
we have to dissuade him from his misdeeds.
His foul words and negative encouragements. Well, with you on your way back toward the market square, would like to give everybody an opportunity. I didn't want to interrupt your engagements with Lysandra, so did want to offer chance for bio break.
That would be useful. Thank you.
Of
yeah, I'm
course.
gonna go get a glass of water.
Oh yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
Whatever
I'm gonna
your needs may be, and yeah, we can meet back here about 5 to 10ish.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll be
All
right
right.
back.
I'm gonna make some popcorn.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right. See you guys soon.
Yep, I'm back.
Excellent.
Present.
Yes. Um,
So, Avra, are you in your dorms? Is that why your internet is working better?
yeah, I'm back at school.
Hooray.
Are you in college or where you at?
Yeah, I'm a senior in college.
What's your major?
Archaeology, and my minor is in computer science.
Mm.
Oh, archaeology. You're gonna go out adventuring, I guess.
Yes, I've already been on a few gigs. It's a lot of fun.
Is everyone back?
I believe we are waiting on our Minotaur friend.
Is
Whom
resupplying on figs.
I hope he's not with us and trying to speak while being muted, because he is muted on Discord. Sometimes that happens.
I'm back.
Hello and welcome back.
Mhm.
And so, everyone is returning then to the market square.
Mhm.
Well, the sun has started to creep across the sky, not quite to full noon, but very close.
Is there a stall or something that might sell beverages?
Uh, well, very specifically, the man you're looking for is purported to be a wine merchant, but are you looking for someone
Something
else on the way?
not as much on the way, but in the area, so we could frequent their stall while we're waiting for Sad Sack to show up.
A bit of a like outlandish kind of suggestion, right? But if we stole this guy's inventory and put him out of business in the city, wouldn't that force him to leave?
I mean, or turn us into the next smuggling ring.
Well, but this would be for the good of the city. These guys don't like him here. You know, the merchants don't like him. The common folk don't like him. The upper class doesn't like this guy. I mean,
I
we can
think
go talk to him first, though.
I'm all for the talking first, and then if we have to
Worst case
split open a
scenario.
hmm.
Okay, he's in an alley, right? That's what I gathered from the conversation with the first merchant, the woman.
Go down
Uh,
the alley, turn left, and he's at a crossroads.
yeah, he's not in the alley itself. He's definitely set up
But he's
where there's
set
no.
up somewhere down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get a perception check from everyone, see if he might catch on to a stand that is selling liquid goods in general. It's a very strange output that is coming from everyone. Like, do you guys notice that?
No, average is probably from the
Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah. But your guys is like, at least on my side, it's only text. Like, it doesn't have the cool graphical stuff it usually
Oh, I
does.
see
Like,
the graphic stuff just fine. Same for
really?
Kithian and Arianwen. Yeah, it says,
Hmm.
perception check and then the die numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I'm only getting the text of it.
Weird. That might
That
be a
is
browser
weird.
issue.
I'll refresh and see what happens.
I know you said you use Chrome for Roll20, but like
See.
I use Firefox and I've noticed like I don't have any issues on Firefox. I haven't tried it on Chrome. But
I'm a
I
Chrome user
remember
too.
reading that there was some uh there is some like discrepancy between browsers for what works better than others, but yeah, I don't know. Strange.
It is strange. I just refreshed and it looks normal now. But
Oh,
before it was, yeah, only giving the text
silly.
readout. Like it said the word details, but didn't have the button to click on it to open up what the
Mhm.
details are. And so Armin and Avra and Arianwen. Kithian is a little bit distracted. I'm not sure by what here in the market square, but something definitely
He knows
catches
he's in a
your eye.
market.
And you guys immediately see what actually draws your eye to him is that he looks remarkably a lot like your friend Thales. Similar in dress, similar in appearance and age and stuff. But while Thales, of course, is always generally in a good mood and smiling and stuff, this guy looks grumpy, has a little bit of a hunched posture, is kind of filling up his stall a little bit aggressively, like he doesn't want to be there and is having a bad day. A lot of grumpiness going on.
Interesting. Are these guys brothers?
No, he comes from another town.
God, maybe he was an orphan too.
Seems to be a trend.
Yeah, they are incredibly close in their appearance.
It's uncanny.
It really is.
A little bit.
So Thales very specifically did not give you a description of the man. That may be why.
Now we know why.
Is
Just look
this
for
like
me with
the-
shitty attitude.
Is this like the what was the brother's name in Avatar: The Last Airbender that ran two different operations like Shu and this other guy just keeps going back
Oh my
and
god, the
forth.
cabbage guy.
The cat, yeah, this is what this situation is. He's just pretending to be like two different people. If you never see him in the same room, then okay, so I guess first we'll just go up and talk to this guy, right? Who should do the talking here? Are we gonna go the intimidation route this time, Armin?
I mean, we could, but I'm kind of curious to see just how he treats us in general. Part of me wants to just go buy some wine.
Okay, we can start it casual.
Yeah. And then if it really gets bad, I'll turn Abra loose on him.
Ooh, okay, yeah, we have a plan.
Yeah, if it's talking and I need backup, it's definitely Abra.
Okay.
I will walk up and blot out his son.
He slowly raises his head and frowns. Are you lost, sir?
I believe I was told to say, "Good morning, and how are you today?"
Is that how you treat your customers? Really?
It's hardly the morning. Bloody simpletons in this place. Are you looking for something I can help you with? Can you afford what I'm offering here?
Who you calling a simpleton?
No one. I didn't say that.
Oh, he was calling someone a simpleton.
He kind of muttered that under his breath, but yeah, he's claiming he didn't say that.
I
What was you
hope
talking
not.
about?
I must not have heard you. And then he leans down so that he's within about an inch of his face. What did you say?
He leans back. Please. I don't want to sample your breakfast.
Then maybe keep your opinion to yourself. Because
Until
I'll
he is,
absolutely sample yours.
you can tell he's trying to keep his composure. He's actually holding his arms still and straight, and he's trying to, again, his composure is not visibly shaken, but you can tell like he flinched when you first leaned down, and he's trying to be a tough guy. Trying being
So,
the operative word. Like you've seen people, like somebody who is tough doesn't have to act tough. He's definitely acting, like trying to appear not intimidated by you.
that's awesome. I'm just curious. Is Melanthios known for its wine?
Of course it is. You would know that if you happen to expand your horizons beyond this little port. We've the
Okay.
best to offer.
Really?
Our reputation will be known soon enough across the entire breadth of the land.
And how do you intend to do that?
Well, that's why I'm here, spreading the good word.
Um,
My city is far superior to this place,
really?
not
Then
just in
why are
So,
you
appearance.
here? You obviously don't want to be.
do you miss
I
home?
drew the short lot amongst my brethren back home. We needed
Oh, so you
some
were forced
representation
to.
here.
Got it. I understand. So you don't actually really want to be here. Is that basically it?
No
With us,
more than I want to waste time talking about my reasons. I have wares for sale if you're interested.
oh,
I
I'm
will
terribly
take your
sorry.
coin. If not, do carry on. And he kind of gives that dismissive, like, palm down whisk of his fingers, like, skedaddle.
I would like to make a cold shot. I intend to catch his finger when it waves in my face.
Oh, no, it's kind of down to the side. Um, kind of like if you're shooing a pet away from, like, trying to claw up on your leg or something. He's like, be on your way if you're not going to buy anything. But it's a very casual kind of side. He's not like putting his finger in your face.
So I open my bag, and just so he can see the very distinct action again, I stick my hand down farther than it should possibly go. And then I pull out what is roughly 20 gold coins. I set it on the counter. I'm like, so who's the simpleton now?
Hmm. So you do have some coin to spare.
And he scoops the 20 gold back up, opens his pouch back up, dumps it inside again. Like, let's try this conversation from the beginning one more time, shall we?
I'd rather not go through all that again. If you.
I lean in closer. Why don't you make an effort?
Well, yes, as you can see, I've got wines for sale. The finest wines, worthy of your coin, and then some.
So,
Can I
is
get a
there.
sample of your wine to try?
There's no free samples here.
How you expect to sell wine when you don't have a sample?
Because it's the best. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, would you?
Oh,
Anyone
actually,
can
no.
say their wine is the best.
You'll know when you taste it after you've bought some.
Oh, is that how that works? Okay, so how much for a bottle?
Which one?
I don't care. You pick.
He looks you up and down and says, well, for the uncultured tongue, I recommend this, keeping it light. Only
Did he just call me
5 gold.
uncultured? Did I hear that correctly?
You did. You 100% did hear him refer to you as being uncultured, but he's carrying on as if it's a common accepted thing. This one here is only 5 gold.
I get
Should
within a
sate your
half inch of his
thirst.
face.
Ugh, why do you insist on being so close?
Did you call me uncultured?
And he's trying to kind of turn his head away
Think
from your face and leaning back and
very
away.
carefully. I'm absolutely going for intimidation at this point.
Go ahead and
I'm
roll.
gonna help him with the intimidation. I'm gonna wild shape into a dire wolf and
Oh my
growl.
gosh.
I will give you the skill check. 1 second. Boom. Oh,
Well,
wow. I guess my athlete thing only works on attack rolls, but um, I have a champion feature that says I do. I guess skill checks don't qualify, but basically I get a 19 or 20 is when I get criticals, and the die roll was a 19. But I guess it doesn't work on skill checks. So still, 23 is not a bad intimidation check.
not at all. He kind of shirks away from you. Says, I just by your dress and well, sorry to make assumptions. Ugh, what the where did the where did the dog come from? Is that yours?
You
And he's
mean
now
my
scooting back
friend?
away from like his main table area, like the combination of things. He's just like, oh, what's going on?
So, your attitude problem, Alexios, isn't it?
Alexios. Alexios is from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, obviously.
I think you
So,
say I like Alexios better.
I do
yeah,
too.
Maybe we should just go with that.
he just looks sounds like so. Alexios, deliberately mispronouncing his name.
Listen, I don't want to be here against
Good.
my
You
will.
go home to Melanthios could use your poor attitude and your poor customer service because I don't think you want to try to dissuade people to going to the Acroan entry games at your city that clearly thinks it's better than everyone else. But if you'd like, I'll happily test myself against anyone you want to put up for a challenge.
His eyes widen a bit at your mention of that. He says, wait, is that why you're really here? Then he kind of looks to both sides, like he's peering down the streets, kind of from his vantage point, trying to pick out. And he's like, he leans forward and says, listen, they're watching me.
Ooh,
I can't say anything here. And he's looking again down the street, down the other side, down the other street, says, a moment, please, I beg you, please. He pulls out a parchment and a quill, begins scribbling, says, listen, in a few hours, I can get away and try to lose them and meet you here. It's an old abandoned tower where I've been getting my shipments for goods. Can tell you more there. Please, I don't want any quarrel with you. And you can see he's scribbling a very crude map with dotted lines that, like a big circle for the harbor, which points, you are here, and then dotted lines up north, up the cliffside and beyond. The place he has pointed to lies kind of in between where the grove was and the village, definitely off the main road.
okay.
It's like,
I'd like to make an insight check to test the genuine nature of his words.
of course, go for it. So you really just pick up how afraid he is now. At first, he was trying to be stiff-backed and curmudgeon-y, and the constant face closeness and the shape shifting into a wolf definitely changed his demeanor. And then once there was mention of the games and the hint at his dealing with that, his tune really started to change.
Okay.
So you've kind of seen a progression of him breaking down to where now he's like, oh God, okay, you've got me. I can't say anything here. Please meet me here in a few hours. Try to explain everything. No,
If
please,
they're watching
please
you,
go.
if they're watching you, sell me the goddamn wine.
Says,
And I'll take the nice bottle this time.
oh, yes. He reaches up top where he has a few that are hanging by rope that are in nicer jugs with some art on the sides. For a warrior like yourself, here you go. It's what looks to be a depiction of the games around the bottle. It's a very wide, not thin bottle, but very wide, round at the bottom, and
Mhm.
then kind of a small, like those Carlo Rossi jugs or something. If you know cheap ghetto
Yeah,
wine,
yeah.
the little circle so you can drink it like a moonshine jug. Anyway, enough of my partying when I was a teenager. How would you like to proceed? He's kind of shakily holding it out to you.
I set down 2 gold because he asked for 5
He
and
did
tell
for
him
the
that you
lesser bottle too.
I take the bottle out of his hand. I point to the 2 gold. If you want the other 3 pieces, you better show up.
I swear. Please. I will make haste. I shouldn't be
And
too
he
far
stands
behind.
up. He stands up and makes a show of holding up the bottle like, watch your tongue next time.
Kithian's going to be like, hopefully a few hours is enough time to learn how to show more respect.
So he's trying to avoid eye contact now and visibly winces again at the response of the growling. And he starts to pretend to be looking at stuff on the side,
I leave.
poking kind of absentmindedly. Again, trying to avoid eye contact.
When I go, let's say like 2 or 3 streets down, and we find an alley, any alley really at this point, not the one nearby because I don't know who's watching him and doing what.
Sure.
But when we make it like 3 streets down and get down a completely different alley, his complete body posture, demeanor, everything is going to change, and he's going to squat down, look down at Navra, like, how'd I do?
You did great.
Nice. Do you want the wine?
I will take some wine.
Okay.
Kithian would like to make a well, my perception or investigation is I'd like to probably more perception. I'd like to see if I can spot any movement in any of the alleys that are kind of like nearby where we just were, because he talked about being watched. I'd like to see maybe I can see some movement coming from somewhere. Maybe we can
Alright.
pinpoint who's watching him before we even do this meeting.
Of course. Go for it.
Okay. Oh my gosh, we need a dice jail.
So you can see what is shaking you is there are definitely people who are watching while walking by at the scene. Like, oh God, I'm glad I'm not him. A merchant across the way with their hand on their hips is just beaming because they love to see Alekios being harassed. Besides the normal bustle of the marketplace, which is definitely picked up since you were last here, you don't see anything out of sorts. You don't see anybody stationary who's looking, besides those who are kind of stopped and wide-eyed and looking at the scene and then trying to scurry off and not be caught up in it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we have a few hours.
Sure. Anyone want some wine?
I'll take some wine.
Here. He just starts passing the bottle around.
Yeah, you see the wolf licks his lips.
I will hold the bottle for you, sir, or ma'am, if you'd like to open your mouth, and he will then pour some into the dire wolf's mouth.
Oh, hey, you know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should go around and offer some wine to the common folk as like kind of like a
The fig
like a
merchant.
screw you dude, like because he looks down on everyone else, right? So now we're using his wine to share with the people that can't afford it.
Love it. Love it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's pass it around. We'll pass it around. We'll start with maybe the merchants because they
Fig
all
merchant.
hate this
Fig
guy.
merchant
Hey,
lady.
we
She
bought
needs
this
to
wine
know.
from this guy. Here you go.
The fig
Take
merchant
some.
lady.
Fig merchant lady.
Yep, head him right back to her because she's the only one he really knows.
So she'll be beaming when you approach, and she kind of
Oh, you heard.
waggles a finger at you. Have you had any luck?
Oh yeah. This is apparently one of his better wines. We got it for 2 gold.
Only 2 gold? The cheapest thing
Yeah,
at his stands is over double that.
I know.
Ah,
He's smiling like a kid who got the cookie jar.
how wonderful. And
Tell you what,
you're offering that?
would you like to pass it around to the people who normally could not afford his wares and just share it with everybody?
Well, of course. It
Then
would
he
be my
hands
pleasure.
the bottle over to her.
She immediately kind of leans out of her stall. It's like, everyone, for a limited time only, I've got a special offering of rare wine. Please come and sample it. Take a cup with a discount on some fine fruits. You hadn't offered to make it part of her sales pitch, but she took it and ran with it. Figuratively,
He
she's not going
says
anywhere.
nothing.
Worth it.
So
Absolutely.
the crowd kind of slowly begins to gather and shuffle in, and she keeps shouting encouragement. So the crowd grows more and more. And very quickly, that bottle goes away. And she will offer
One
it
less
back
thing
and say, it's fine craftsmanship. If you'd like to keep the vessel, can always be refilled.
Why don't you keep it? You were kind enough to show us the way to the gentleman in the first place.
She gasps and looks down at it and says, why, thank you. Then she looks over at Avra. Your discount is getting better. And she gives a wink. Because she already offered a discount for rare fruits in a couple days.
Do we need to replenish on figs?
Oh, no, you've still got 3/4 of the bag left.
Okay.
It was a good, solid burlap sack, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying not to eat them all at one time.
Easier said.
As he reaches in and takes another handful.
Well, wine of the sort has never had better use.
Oh yeah, they're
That's 2 gold pieces I ever spent.
so the crowd is started to like clap you on the back and thank you, and of course more people are buying fruits because they're getting a discount, so it's all positive vibes here at the fruit stand. Lita's luxury items.
Amazing.
Love
okay.
it.
Well, since we, kind of got our, gave this guy his just desserts subtly and publicly at the same time. Let's see. So where is the location that he shared with us
I hand the
as
map
the meeting
over.
point?
So the village that you had gone to was up this way. There's kind of like an offshoot of the river that went down into the ocean there, following its path of least resistance, but it's a small fork there. The clearing was a little bit closer, kind of actually before that kind of curve in the river there. And the location on the map, the supposed abandoned tower, kind of right in the middle of the landmass there ish, closer to the river than the other side. Yeah.
Okay. By estimation, how long would it take us to travel there?
2 to 3 hours, depending on your pace.
Is that around the time that he had suggested to meet?
Yeah, he said a few hours.
Okay, so then yeah, we could probably just start traveling there now.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the impression that he was going to try to kind of wrap up his shop and secret himself away from prying eyes.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Well, it's going to be a pretty uneventful travel, unless you wish to hunt something along the way. But it's a nice sunny day. The birds are chirping. Oh, that lightning. Let me take that off there.
I just thought that was like a party token.
No, the party token is the orb, but there's a very tiny lightning strike that's hitting the ground that I intended to use as a here's your target thing.
Oh.
And
I don't see it.
Is it on the GM layer? Why can't I? Yes, it is. That's why I couldn't grab it. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you won't be able to see it because it's not on a visible layer to you. I'm going to move it so that pinpoints your target location before I put it on the token layer. There you go.
Well,
Why do you
think this guy was so afraid of someone following?
I think they're trying to use him to discredit the city. Whoever the nobles are that live in Melanthios.
See,
No, but what was he afraid of?
They probably have leverage against him because no one ever wants to do anything that would get them in trouble. And very few people want to do stuff that would get them in trouble and not be like really young and stupid.
Oh, I see the lightning strike now.
Yep, me too.
So yes, the sun will still be high when you, following, of course, the map's kind of rudimentary, crappy drawings. It's enough of a straight shot. And you do find an kind of an off-the-trail path that leads up. But the scene at this abandoned tower is a little bit unsettling. You can see it where it has an appeal for a secret meeting place, but also too raises the heckles a little.
All right, I can see why it's abandoned.
Really, skulls and bones? Really?
Oh yeah, it looks more like a graveyard than it does. Well, I guess graves would be like buried and stuff, huh? It looks more like the scene of an ancient battle or something than it does like a place of commerce or living or anything like that.
Who is this?
All right. Armin walks up and pats the walls and is like, you know what? This is a real fixer-upper. I think we could make something out of this.
Which walls where? You guys are free to move your tokens about, but
is there like a way to get up the wall?
It doesn't appear. I mean, so you can walk around the sides and kind of climb up and make your way around. Okay. This is kind of in a depression, like it carved into the rock ish.
Kind of like a really miniature box canyon.
Oh, very tiny, yeah.
I feel like it'd be useful to have someone.
I'm going to pull my what's the name? Hold on. Give me one. I'm going to pull Onyx out of the space and have her fly up to the top of this tower and take a look. And I'm going to use my ability to use her senses to look through her eyes.
Because I feel like it would be useful to have people up top, kind of to scout and prevent any kind of ambush. So I'm gonna head up here. Do I need to climb for that?
Yes, an athletics check, but you'll have advantage on that.
Okay.
There are plenty of places with handholds and stuff, but yeah, it is a little bit of an athletic effort to kind of scale up there.
Can I use acrobatics for that?
Instead of athletics?
Yeah.
A little bit of parkour? Sure.
Yeah.
Parkour.
Okay, and that's with advantage. I mean, this is setting me up for my first good roll of the session, right? I mean, come on, it has to.
Right.
Let's see.
May
Low
fortune be in your favor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. All right. So anybody watching will see for the first time how athletically gifted Kithian is as he makes his way up, which it looks like it would take longer and take more precise actual climbing, but he very quickly, deftly whips his way up there. A little bit of that jumping between back and forth, gaining height, and rolling up top. He looks pretty cool.
Arian, when were you gonna do something?
Yeah, Onyx is on top. I'm going to look through my familiar's eyes and see what I can see up on top of the tower.
Can I get a perception check, please?
All right. Really?
So inside the tower, where the top is open, it is very, very dark. And you don't see anything standing out therein. There's no source of light or anything. But then, through the bird, you hear kind of echoing upward a little bit of a growl. And the bird, you can see from your vantage point, suddenly swoops away from the place, darts very quickly back to you,
All right.
and will want to land on your arm or shoulder, however you're comfortable, but is looking visibly shaken.
There's something on top of the tower, guys.
Can I see anything from my vantage
It
point
made,
over
it
here?
made a, it made a growling noise.
So at first, you see nothing. You did see the bird go up there, kind of flew over the top. Looked like it was just casually kind of floating and inspecting, but then suddenly it looked like it got spooked, and there was an actual flutter of feathers as it burst away and sped down to where Arianwin is. You don't see anything at first, and then you see a clawed paw, and then you see furry form, a couple of outstretched wings, as a beast emerges, perches itself atop the tower, and is looking down. You, from your vantage point, Kithian, you see it looks down at Armin. It looks over across the other side of the pool at Avra. It looks distant toward the way of Arianwin and Onyx, and then the head swivels, and you feel like it makes direct eye contact with you. It flutters its wings
Okay.
and bares its teeth.
All right. 1 second. I need to measure something real quick.
I guess it's initiative.
Perfect.
Yes. So that does bring us to the end of session here.
All right.
I would like to know, would you guys like to just completely cut off there? Do you want to set up a non-aggressive thing, like essentially you have an opportunity to like do a wild shift or do a mage armor, something simple like that? Nothing aggressive because that would be part of initiative, but you'd have a quick moment where you're like, oh crap, something's about to happen. I better be ready to defend myself, pull out weapons,
I have something that is
anything like
non-aggressive
that.
and it's automatic.
And that is?
Because I am attuned to it and it's within reach. It doesn't have to be held, but within reach. I and Avra get advantage on initiative. Because Avra's within 30 feet of me.
I wanted to type that into the chat so that it is not lost as a note to start things off.
And that's from the Sword of Warning, Great Sword's magic power.
It's a pretty sweet sword, you know. It's pretty special.
Yeah.
I have a question. Would you consider this an ancient monument?
Yeah.
Double checking goals.
Let's go.
That's adorable. Koro does that a lot too. The let's go.
Yeah, explore an ancient monument, standing stones. Oh, thank you, Avra.
You're welcome.
It's definitely something. Yeah, and seeing the beast up there too, you can understand now why there's a bunch of bones about here.
So you're saying we could take one action?
You can take one action that is not an aggressive thing toward the beast. You can bolster yourself or an ally somehow, prepare an item or a spell, something like that. so long as it is not an aggressive thing toward the creature.
Oh, is fog cloud considered aggressive?
If you cast the fog cloud on yourself, no. If you cast the fog cloud at the tower, yes.
All right, I can't do that.
I
That would be my
like your
first action.
thinking. But yeah, that would be detrimental to the creature and thus part of initiative.
All right.
The only thing I'm going to try to do when it gets to initiative is try to intimidate the creature to consider me a bigger threat.
Alrighty. Yeah, that would be
Yeah, I figured.
at your place in initiative round.
Okay,
I
I'm just
I
going
hope
to
so.
have Onyx go back into the space.
Of course. Yeah, she was pretty freaked out. Bloop. Any other particular preparations? Weapons drawn, anything at all?
I'm just
Kithian will draw his bow.
I'll get my greatsword ready if I can.
Absolutely. Very specifically, Kithian, are you using regular arrows or your limited supply of obsidian ones?
Was there anything special about the obsidian ones?
They're
Other than the fact that
shiny
they're
and
like
pretty.
obsidian. They're shiny and pretty.
So I do believe so. Those were acquired in the smuggling area, correct?
You were correct,
Yes.
sir.
So they did glow with the magical detection that was done there, but that has not been explored yet. So there is something special about them. You don't know what.
Okay. Tell you, I'll load the first arrow, and the first one will be obsidian.
Okie doke.
okay. I'm going to take one action. I'm just going to throw aid on me, Avra, and Armin. Kitchen is out of range. So I think. Wait a minute, is that concentration? Yeah, it might be. Hold on.
It's okay if it's concentration, so long as it doesn't affect
No,
the
because I
creature.
got another spell I'm casting that is concentration. as
Oh,
well.
gotcha.
So I'm checking it out. It is concentration.
Yeah, if anyone stays within 30 feet of me, I haven't had time to really explain this to the group yet because I haven't had time to use it in a fight.
Yeah.
But the sword grants advantage on initiative, and like we can't be surprised. It's kind of pimp.
Okay, it is concentration, so negate that. I'll wait for my initiative.
Negated.
Actually, I'll go ahead and pull out the Sphere of Annihilation.
Where'd that come from?
We were in the marketplace. Didn't you remember the stalls? Buy Fear Sphere of Annihilation here.
He wasn't a Tomb of Horrors and he stole it. All right. It was a great game, guys.
Well, I can see what they've been trying to do with people who compete is they get them to come out here and let the Manticore wipe them out.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah,
So
it
we
doesn't
got
seem
duped
like this is
by,
a fun meeting place for anybody but their doom.
Yeah, we got duped by Klexios or Alexios.
Oh, he's gonna
whatever.
freak
Yeah.
it. He thinks he doesn't see that he's never gonna see us again.
Yeah.
And when we show up, that'll be a whole nother scenario.
So are we gonna do our level before next session or after next session?
So
Oh,
my
probably after
plan
that.
was for you to have a level up if you survive the contest with the Manticore. That was the milestone I was waiting for. So it's probably going to happen mid-session-ish, and we can choose to detail out the Bastion there or at the end or later. But that is pending in addition to the level up because that will be in construction while the games are being organized. organized and set up. So that all kind of happens at the same time. So when the games themselves happen, you'll be a higher level, your bastion will be done, and the competition will be ready. But that is down the road
Okay.
when you get there. If you can survive the
Well, after
creature's
this,
lair.
after this encounter, Kithian would like to revisit a discussion with Armin on stealing this guy's entire wine supply.
I might just steal the guy. He is
That's another way to put him out of business.
I'll leave the wine for everybody. I'm not a hoarder.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened to the guy. Like, why is the bag of holding squirming? Don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, this guy does not have good things coming to him.
Nah. Because I'm tempted to take him back out here and make it seem like no, we tamed the manticore. We totally understand what you're doing. By the way, you're its next treat.
Yeah, maybe we could use a non-lethal damage at the very end, and then lure him back out here. Then we'll just put signs up, beware manticore.
With a backwards E.
Although, I gotta be honest with you guys, I kind of want to turn this tower into our bastion after we beat up the manticore. He's already got a map for it. We could totally fix this thing up.
I mean, it looks like a good area for building it up.
It's got a water source and everything.
That water is
Manticore
super
is so
icky.
pretty.
Yeah, what was that?
we
Sorry,
got
Abra?
priests and nature people.
Oh, I just said that the Manticore is so pretty.
Dude,
Isn't it?
It is. I am actually it's one of my favorite things that Midjourney has created. Like, it followed the instructions properly, came up with a beautiful creature. And I've seen a lot of great stuff, whether it's landscapes or battle maps or what have you. Like, you guys, everything you see in art, if Brian didn't draw it, it's probably from Midjourney. And yeah, just a simple creature token, but I absolutely love it. Good eye.
You mean the wings weren't on the head?
No, they're on the back and
Instead?
everything. It's actually, structurally speaking, they put a manticore together correctly.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I can stretch that token out for you. There you go.
Look
It's
at
real
that.
pretty.
Wow,
He's a
I
nice
love
kitty.
like the sun is
Yeah.
like going through the wings as if the wings are just translucent.
I almost want to tame it and turn it into a mount. I gotta be honest with you, I'm like, that looks so dope. And it would
It's
carry
pretty
Armin.
sweet.
That's the other thing.
EM's big enough.
Maybe we could bring its head to Lysandra, though. It seems like she's building up quite the mantle.
Well, so if you brought the head, she would probably put the arrow in the teeth, and that would be the display thing she was looking for. Get stuffed, mounted, and then yeah.
I'd
Should
want
we bring this? Oh, good.
I kind of want to, like the way they had the Nemean lion for Hercules. I kind of want to, I almost want to take it on by myself, but I know I don't have the hit points for that. But I want to wear the skin like a cloak, the way Hercules wore the Nemean lion.
Let
I wanna
that
figure
block
out how
out
to
the
make-
sun.
Yeah, really. And then we go back and visit Alexios, and I'm wearing the manticore.
Yeah. Visit him with that. Oh yeah, that'd be the perfect way.
Like, you got me the greatest coat, man. Do you know where any other monsters are at? Act like he was never even intimidated that this was a trap. Just like, oh my god, this was brilliant. Look, if you know where some other stuff is at, let me know. I'll go take care of it.
We should visit Thales first with you wearing that, because if him and Alekios are actually one and the same person, we would probably know just based on his reaction.
Yeah. We can verify a suspicion.
We can verify a suspicion that way.
Totally. Oh, I can't wait for 2 weeks from now. That's going to be great.
That'll be fun. We did a lot of there was a lot of like really important like role play
Yes, the social
that went on
interactions
here.
were
It
valid.
was great. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you would make it to the Manticore here, because I was talking with Ari and Win before you guys arrived about the level up and stuff, and I was like, so it could be like at the end of this session without telling him exactly what.
I love
man.
great.
Hmm.
No, I just like the tower and kind of like the culvert that you got here. It's really cool.
I thought so. I thought it was a nice little like ruined place. The bones and stuff add a lot of the flavor to it. Look at the size of those too. Like obviously this is no
No, it's
simple
been
elite
screwing up stuff
creature.
for a long time.
Oh yeah. So then of course that inspired the art of, and then so some mid-journey fun. If you look at the skeletal stuff in the picture to the right, um, are those fingers or toes? And there's 6 of them.
The
And
Princess
at the end
Bride
of that,
is called
whatever
back
that bone
immediately.
is. Oh yeah, yeah.
The
Someone was
six-fingered
looking
man.
for you.
Mhm.
I really like the art style of this one.
Yeah, it
That's
does
really
some
cool.
cool stuff. There was one in another game that did some cool stuff that was like oil painting looking esque.
Mm.
Looked like it had
Mm.
kind of a cool
I got
brush stroke
nothing
thing
but
happening for
a
that.
little bit of admiration for Midjourney just because I hate coloring stuff. It takes so much extra work.
And I just suck at it, so I just need AI to do it all for me.
That's where I'm at. I don't have the time or the skill to create like what is in my head and how I kind of want it to look. And
Yeah,
it is getting increasingly better at producing that. Like,
I
if
can't
you want
even
to get a
draw something that exists versus drawing something that I'm making up in my head.
if you go to the L5R portion of the chats and go down to where it says Scroll of Kitsuki Donaha, you'll see a picture that I just recently did. And that's kind of where my art level's at the moment.
yeah, if I could do art like Mr. Brian can, I would be a professional artist and I would get commissions and stuff.
Yeah, the main reason I don't do it is because I don't want to have to listen to people tell me what, like, man, I didn't expect red to be that way. And like, what do you mean that way? And people who don't actually know what they want.
Yeah, taking commissions can be frustrating and demanding.
I do it very, very rarely.
Well,
I
and
always make
prompts are
sure at
really
this point.
difficult to like, get right too.
Oh, I'm sure they
Like
are.
with AI, like Midjourney, it's really difficult to get the right prompt.
Yeah, sometimes I have to change up the like word ordering or come at it from a totally different angle and to get the results. And some things it just can't do because it's like been trained not to. Um, like making a centaur is so tricky. Like because you're not supposed to have a human body on a horse, and it's been
Yeah,
told that
yeah,
previously. Like no, 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 no. This is the way humans look. This is the way a hand looks, and stuff like that. Like it struggles.
yeah.
But you
That's where you
said
pretty
not
much
to.
need the character reference. Like
Yeah.
you pretty much need the character reference for things like that.
And even then, it's probably going to be hard because it's trying to draw anatomically correct things. And of course, that
Hmm.
breaks everything it was taught.
Yep, exactly. It's not easy.
It will become a tool in the future, whether artists like it or not. And I appreciate why they don't like it, but it's it's not going away.
Well,
Agreed.
even for people who are really good artists, what is cool about it is you can use it, if not just to get inspiration for an actual drawing that you want to make.